Hey guys, it's Dawn here, and today I want to make a video about the Roger charger. Um, Marty already has a video about it. Roger has a video about it on how to get it set up and stuff. But there's stuff that I want to talk about. So let's get it done. I am in this room today because it is raining outside, so it's a great day to make a video, except that you get to see my yucky room. This is my wheel room. I got my Master, I've got my Max, my RS, my MCM5, and the M10-3 is in the garage because I take him everywhere with me. I love him. This is the case that I get from Amazon for my Roger charger. We just call it the Roger charger because Roger discovered it. He got together with the people to import them in. They make it to his specifications and all that, and then he gets them out to us. So Roger charger. Otherwise, it was a no-name charger that we were calling the 140 volt charger because it's 140 volts, 15 amps. Variable, so basically you can use it to charge any wheel that is out there right now, from the 84 volt 100.8 126 S22s to the 134 Masters, Master Pros, all that. So it's like amazing to have one charger be able to do everything. I also want to talk about the case because I think that the case is important. Maybe I should do the case first before I get this all out. All right, put it back. So I love this case because it's protective. You can and then the handle and all that. It's foam. It's the perfect size. And for my little baby backpack, this is the one that I use. This slips right in to the main pocket perfectly. Gotta use the floor. It just slips right in there. Zip up, and there you go. And that's all I have to do. It's so easy, and it is safe in case of a crash because it takes up the whole main pocket space. So in case of a crash, there's no sharp edges or weird shapes digging into your back in case of a crash. It is just this nice wide flat foam padded case, so your charger is protected and you are protected. Yay. All right, so case is awesome. I love it, and it's not too expensive. It's just off of Amazon. I put my cable on top. My cable is a little bit different than stock because I had the original V1 and then I upgraded to the V2 charger. In Marty's video, he shows the V1 charger and I have the V2 charger, so I can show you that difference as well. Oh my gosh, I did that whole thing without showing you guys. So it has this flap over here. Woo! I had the cable laying on top, and then I flipped that over, and chargers in here. And as you can see, it fits perfectly, and it's perfectly protected. I like to put the prongs over here on the side with all the knobbies so that this nice big prong can help protect all the little knobbies and stuff. And then the screen is on this side. And the screen has a little metal thingy here protecting the screen as well, see? So it's all protected, it's all good. All right, we're done talking about the case. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna say that my cable is a little bit different, but the cable that you get should have an end to go to the Master, and then it comes out with pigtails, and then there's two that goes to 100.8 volt wheels, and then another two that comes out from there that goes to the 126s, the S22s, like that. Mine is different, but anyways, and when you want to switch between them all, like right now I want to do the Master. And this one on mine right now, I have the 126s, the S22 little pigtail here, but I want the Master one. So then I just disconnect this. Don't need that. And now this is set up for my Master. So to use the charger, should I talk about using the charger, or should I describe more about it? Let's describe the charger. This charger is great. I love the shape, size, Weight is good. Weight is under 5 pounds. It's 4 pounds something, but definitely under 5 pounds. And I mean, it could always be lighter, but it is like dense, right? It's solid, so it's good. Comparison. Sherman Max and the stock charger for the Master, they're about the same. So much thinner, but the Roger charger is a little bit longer, but that's fine because it fits in the case so well. But much thinner, which is really nice because this really sticks out. In comparison to the Chargery, which is massive, oh, then you really appreciate, let me line this up, then you really appreciate how, so, how nice and compact the Roger charger is in comparison to this, right? And what other charger have I got? I've got my RS charger, which is a lot smaller, but look how much thinner the Roger charger still is. All right, so size, tape measure. This way is 4 and 7, a little bit over 4 7/8 of an inch. Long ways, I'm just going to measure the metal part of the long ways, okay? That's about 10 inches. If we include the little thingy over there, we'll say 11 inches. You know what I mean? If we include how it sticks out there, we'll say 11 inches. And this is an inch, 1 5/8 of an inch right there, okay? So those are the dimensions. Weight is under 5 pounds. What else do you need to know? Display is over here. Let me plug it in so you can see it light up. I'm turning it on now. I just flipped a switch, turned it on. It takes a minute because it's got large capacitors in there that need to fill up, and all that electricity is going inside, and I don't know. Eventually, it'll turn on. And, oops, upside down. The red numbers on top is the voltage. There, the fan kicked in. You can hear how loud it is. It is loud, but when I've gone, restaurants and all that stuff, there's so much ambient noise out there in restaurants that, I mean, no one even blinks up an eye at this. Plus, it just sounds like a fan. There's no high-pitched squeal or something like that. Right now everything shows 0 because there. All right, so I turned my current knob, and it shows that it's set to 136 because it's set to charge my Master, and I'll go over why it's set to 136 in a little bit. So the voltage is on top, and then the current is on the bottom, amps. Let's see. Come over here. Your current knob is this one, this big one over here, and your potentiometer or voltage knob to change that is this little one over here, and it is kind of protected and it's accessible by finger. And that's a difference between version 1 that Marty had in his video. He was showing the version 1. The main difference between version 1 and my version 2 is that this potentiometer on the version 1, it's inside, so you have to reach it with this little tiny screwdriver, and in order to change it, and it can be a little bit of a pain. But version 2, it has it right out there as a little tiny knob that you can actually reach and just change with your fingers. So that's really nice. I also feel that the version 2, I don't know, I like how it behaves better. Not very scientific, but I just feel like it balances nicely. I don't know, it just does everything a little bit nicer than version 1. All right. So I've gone over all this stuff on the outside. I'm going to turn him off. And you can see how long it takes for the electricity to leave his body. About the same as how much it took to fill him up. Okay, so why is he set at 136 instead of 134.4 for my master? And that is because all chargers seem to be set a little bit lower than their advertised voltages. And that could be a reason why wheels don't charge up to full. And that's something that I first discovered with the stock charger and my Sherman Max. I found out that he was not charging all the way to 100.8 all the time. In fact, it would get progressively worse. One day he'd only charge up to 100.5, then the next ride 100.3, 100.1, and then 100, then 99, and it just kept going lower, and he wasn't like charging all the way up, so it was concerning. And that's when I started really looking into it, and that's when I discovered that you can open these up. There's a potentiometer inside, and with the potentiometer you can adjust the voltage setting to whatever you want. And so when I tested it with the multimeter, then I found out that this is supposed to be a 5 amp charger, but it was only putting out like 3.8 amps instead. So it wasn't pushing to 100.8 volts. It was like, I don't know, something lower than that. So I adjusted it, and I found out that if I adjusted it to, and I forgot the magic number now, because once I adjusted it, it worked perfectly, and ever since then it's always worked perfectly because it's now been dialed in and set. So set it and forget it, right? And I forgot it. But I believe the number that I needed to set it at was like 101.2 or 101.3. And the decimals matter. 101.4 was definitely not working. And if you adjust it a little bit too high, it didn't break the Max. All it did was that the Max would give an error, or the charging wouldn't complete, like it would stop the charging early or something like that. And so the error message that it would throw was ERR charge, like error charging was the error message that it showed on the display. But yeah, once I got that set, then once I learned how to do that, then I tested all my other stock chargers, and the fast, just everything. I would just test everything, and I set everybody to be the proper settings and dial all my chargers in, so that now all of my wheels charge up to full. So that is why this one, the display shows 126 volts instead of 124, 136 and 134, is because it doesn't show decimals, and that is one of my complaints about this thing, but it's just a minor thing. But yeah, once again, multimeter to the rescue, and I saw that when I set this to 134, then it wasn't actually doing 134. When I set it to 135, it was still a little bit too shy. When I set it to 136 134. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm like totally ADD and dyslexic, and I'm like, numbers are just getting all jumbled up in my head. 134.4. Okay, so 130, when I set it at 136 point something, then it was actually 134.4 with the multimeter, and then it was charging him up to full. And then I had no more problems with that. The nice thing is that the little potentiometer knob is quite protected, so it is easy to set and stuff, but it's protected enough that it doesn't really get jostled or messed with. So once I set that one time, then I didn't have to worry about it again. And since I also always keep it in the case, I really don't have to worry about it. So once I did that then it's been working perfectly ever since. So there could be a version 3 coming out. There's talk of a version 3 coming out. The difference with the version 3, I believe, is that it will have some kind of switch to where you can have presets. So if you wanted to preset 84 volts, 100.8, 126, whatever, 134.4, then you can have those presets and also have one that is a variable so that you can turn it to whatever you want. And each of the presets can be, I don't know, you set each of the presets, something like that. I don't know. But that would be version 3, and that would be exciting because then especially if you use this one charger for all of your wheels, then you can just very easily switch between all the different common voltages that we are using without having to turn the dial and potentially worry about, getting it exactly right with the multimeter and all that stuff first. Because it'd be preset. Let's see. How to use it. That would be good to know. Okay, so how you use this is I don't know if this is how to use it. Roger has a video on how to use it. You should watch his video, but this is how I do it. I turn my little knob. First I have it set, the voltage set, right? This one I mainly use with my master. So he's set at 136, which is actually 134.4. But anyways, oh, and the other thing is different, it's variable. Different people's chargers are different. So some people, they set theirs to 135 and that is working great for them. And some people are me setting it to 136, but you don't really know unless you're using this. But the point being that the display, you can't trust the display as what is actually true. But anyways, all right, so I turn my current knob, the big one, all the way counterclockwise to the left and basically set that to 0 and I plug him in and then I plug him into the wall or whatever and then I don't know what I do. What do I do? I think I turn this up to like a little bit to the right and then I plug him into my wheel. And then everything shows up here really nicely. And then I set the current to what I want it to be, which if the place can handle it, I will set it to 10.3. I don't know. It just easily goes to 10.3 for some reason. And I know 10.3 amps is not actually what's going to him. It'll be 9 point something. That's the actual amperage going to him because I think a 10 amps is the max that the master can charge at. But anyways, it shows on the display as 10.3. And then he's good. And I can get just about a full charge in an hour with this one. So it's great because it's not too long and I'm able to have a meal and then head right back out again with a fully charged wheel. So that's how to use it. It's super easy. You just have to, do due diligence with the multimeter, get it dialed in. But I had to do that with all of my chargers. And this one is much easier because you don't have to take it apart to access the potentiometer. So, I don't know. That's great. And yeah, after that, then it's set it, forget it sort of thing. I've been using this a lot, and it's been working great and have had no issues. That's what I hear with everyone else. Marty has a video about it and he loves his. Lots of people have them, especially around here, and they all love theirs. So definitely recommended. Let's see. Have I gone through everything? What is the price? The price is, I don't remember, like oh my gosh, I'm so bad with numbers. $280 to $90, somewhere around there. And if he needs to ship it to you, then shipping is extra. How do you get it? Get it from Roger. He has a Telegram group called, I think it's called 140 volt charger. And I'll see if I can get a link to that Telegram group and put it in the description, and also a link to the case, and I'll put that in the description if I can. I don't know if I'm able to do all that. That might be too high tech for me, but I shall try. All right, so have I covered everything? Let me know if there are any questions. But like Marty says, this is the best. He says it's the best fast charger you can get. I'm like, this is the best charger you can get, because it doesn't have to be a fast charger. You don't have to set it to 10 amps or 15 amps, which is the max. You set it to, you know, whatever you want. If you want to set it to 5 amps or 3 amps, you can do that. And then the voltage, you know, every voltage, you know, you can like set it to. So it's so variable, and it's very compact compared to everyone else. And the price is great for what it is, which is an all inclusive charger. All right, so I think that's it. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that is helpful, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.